Hi everyone, and welcome back to the start of the 1980s. This is the decade which was the peak and the slow decline in novelization due to the invention by JVC called the Video Home System, better known as VHS. So if you're ready, it's time to get on with the books. First up, I have Dead and Buried, a nice little interesting find. The film was released in 1981, I think, but this is actually down as being published in 1980, so maybe it came out just a little bit beforehand. This is a novelization by Chelsea Quinn Yarbrough. The cover and the back doesn't really give much away, other than we do learn that it is from the writers of Alien, which is Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett, I would say. Yep, there they are. This is a Star book published by W.H. Allen. Next up, of course, we have Empire Strikes Back, with 8 pages of fabulous colour. Novelisation by Donald Glut, based on the story by George Lucas. And this, I believe, looking at it, is a first edition, which, to be fair, probably isn't much of a hard find, really, because I reckon these must have been 10 a penny at the time. I reckon you could not move in the bookshops for these, knowing full well that it was going to sell. And in the middle here we have some colour stills. There they are. Don't think there's anything given away in these colour stills. Don't remember much of the differences in this. I'll probably cover it at some point, but I think I do remember it if I'm having when I checked earlier, and it was right. Yoda is blue in this, not green. I also think, if I remember right off the top of my head, Donald Glut was offered the chance to novelise Star Wars: A New Hope before Alan Dean Foster. However, he turned it down because he didn't like the idea of his name not being on the front cover. Next up is The Rescue Job that I saved from the bin. Someone was going to throw this away due to the damage to the cover. However, here it is, Corky Books, The Fog by Dennis Aitchison. This is based on the motion picture written by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. Otherwise, it's all fine except for that nasty tear at the front, which is a bit of a shame. However, the rest of the book is in absolutely fine condition. It's just the cover. But I thought, well, I'll take it off your hands because I didn't want it to go in the bin. Now, as you probably all know, vintage film tie-ins for John Carpenter films, or any horror film for that matter, go for silly amounts online. Hence why I would never think of buying it. But I saved this one because I thought, well, at least I can read it. Lastly, I have Saturn III by Steve Gallagher. This is a major motion film starring Farrah Fawcett, Kirk Douglas and Harvey Keitel. Now, this was a poor but quite imaginative film, and I think it's possibly ripe for a remake. Providing they sort out the story and script and they improve on it, probably wouldn't be a bad film. Don't remember much from this film other than a very sprightly Kirk Douglas, who I learned was about into his 60s when he filmed this. However, he looked like he was more, how he moved, he looked like he was more like he was 30. And also Farrah Fawcett, who looked absolutely stunning in this film, if I remember rightly. There you go, I don't think there's any colour stills, no. Yeah, however, I wonder if it might read better as a book. I'll have to give it a look someday. That's it for now. Please leave comments down below and maybe like and share if you get a chance. Thank you very much and goodbye.